Say hi. Say hi, baby. Hi. Oh, I know you're mad. Okay, fine. Hey folks, my name is Jen, and today we are going to do a bookshelf tour. And when I say bookshelf tour, I actually mean bookshelves, like book cases, entire bookcases. So I actually was not planning on doing this right now. I was going to wait until like the summer perhaps and film it. However, last night in a fit of anxiety, I ended up reorganizing all of my bookshelf. Well, not all. I didn't reorganize my manga, but the other bookshelves I ended up rearranging everything. You might notice there's some changes here. This is no longer my unread shelf. I now have gone back to not having a unread book specific shelf. I mixed everything in with the rest of genres. They are now each organized by genre, and on each shelf within the genre, depending on what the genre is, some of them I organized alphabetically by author's last name, and most of the others, if it's not done in that manner, I organized by age range. So from middle grade to young adult to adult within there, and just kind of fit them in. However, or also alphabetically by author's last name, depending on what I felt like, basically. So sorry if there's like other noises that you're hearing, because I decided to do laundry at the same time. But I will go over this shelf first because this is the one that you see behind me in most of my videos. As I said, it is organized a little bit differently rather than my unread books. This one now contains my fantasy, mysteries, and action adventure books, basically. So it starts off with various Harry Potter books and things up on the top shelf, and then we get into the other stuff. So first we have the World's Best Fairy Tales, and this is a collection by Reader's Digest. There's two, but it's a 2-volume set. Then we have this box set of the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander, the Book of Three, the Black Cauldron, the Castle of Lear, Taran Wanderer, and the High King. Castle in the Air by Diana Wynne Jones, Shield of Three Lions by Pamela Kaufman, Hollow Earth by John Barrowman and Carol E. Barrowman. Yes, that John Barrowman. Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow, and Holopox, The Hunt for Morrigan Crow, both by Jessica Townsend. I do have book one, but I've lent it out. And this book that won't stay up is The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson, Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston, Inkheart, Inkspell, and Ink Death, all by Cornelia Funke. Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mbalia, Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan, The Red Pyramid, The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, The Last Olympian, The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, The Blood of Olympus, and The Hidden Oracle, all by Rick Riordan. Beauty by Robin McKinley, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and this is borrowed, Evercursed by Corianne Haydu, The Reader by Tracy Chee, Eon by Alison Goodman, The Never Tilting World by Rin Jupeco. The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen. Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Marino Garcia. The Color of Magic. The Light Fantastic. Equal Rights. Mort. Sorcery. Weird Sisters. Pyramids. Guards. A Hatful of Sky. Wintersmith. I Shall Wear Midnight. And The Shepherd's Crown, all by Terry Pratchett. Politically Correct Bedtime Stories by James Finn Garner. The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. A Darker Shade of Magic. A Conjuring of Light. And The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, all by V.E. Schwab. I do also have A Gathering of Shadows, but it's on my currently reading nightstand. The Rook by Daniel O'Malley. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. Sorry about the glare. This is Dragonmark by Sherilyn Kenyon. Daughter of the Forest. Son of the Shadows. And Child of the Prophecy. These are all by Juliet Marillier, and they are all borrowed. Stinker from Space, and Stinker's Return, both by Pamela F. Service. Star Wars Episode 1 Journal, Anakin Skywalker. This is by Todd Strasser. So Close to You, and This Strange and Familiar Place, both by Rachel Carter. A Well-Timed Enchantment by Vivian Vandy Velde. Consider by Christy Acevedo. Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Dark Force Rising. And The Last Command, both by Timothy Zahn. The Bungalow Mystery. The Mystery at Lilac Inn. The Secret of Shadow Ranch. The Secret of Redgate Farm. The Clue in the Diary. Nancy's Mysterious Letter. The Sign of the Twisted Candles. The Clue of the Broken Locket. The Mystery of the Ivory Charm. The Whispering Statue. The Ghost of Blackwood Hall. The Clue in the Crumbling Wall. The Quest of the Missing Map. The Scarlet Slipper Mystery. The Secret of the Golden Pavilion. The Mystery of the Fire Dragon. And The Clue in the Crossword Cipher, all by Carolyn Keene. The Missing Chums by Franklin W. Dixon. The Mystery of the Missing Stamps by Margaret Gough Clark. The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. Christie and Company. And Christie and Company Down East, both by Catherine Hall Page. The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek by Rhett McLaughlin and Link Neal. I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Gallows Hill, both by Lois Duncan. The Name of the Game Was Murder, and The Weekend Was Murder, both by Joan Lowry Nixon. The Sherlock Holmes Handbook by Ransom Riggs. The Complete Sherlock Holmes, Volumes 1 and Volume 2 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler. The Thin Man by Dashiell Hammett. How Right You Are, Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. In the Teeth of the Evidence and Other Mysteries by Dorothy L. Sayers. Midwinter Murder, Fireside Tales from the Queen of Mystery. The Secret Adversary. N or M. At Bertram's Hotel. The Murder on the Links. The Clocks. The Big Four. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Murder on the Orient Express. Cards on the Table. 1-2 Buckle My Shoe. 5 Little Pigs. Taken at the Flood. After the Funeral. Murder for Christmas. Endless Night. Ordeal by Innocence. And Crooked House, all by Agatha Christie. The Shivering Sands. The Captive. Daughter of Deceit. The Demon Lover. The Landauer Legacy. Lord of the Far Island, The Mask of the Enchantress, The Road to Paradise Island, and The Time of the Hunter's Moon, all by Victoria Holt, Dream of Orchids, The Ebony Swan, The Golden Unicorn, Rain Song, The Singing Stones, The Stone Bowl, Vermilion, and Woman Without a Past, all by Phyllis A. Whitney, Death Without Company, Kindness Goes Unpunished, Another Man's Moccasins, and The Dark Horse, all by Craig Johnson, Sadie by Courtney Summers, The Long Fall by Walter Mosley, It's Always the Husband by Michelle Campbell, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, all by Stieg Larsson, Hidden by Fern Michaels, The Client, and The Runaway Jury, both by John Grisham, both borrowed, Darkly Dreaming Dexter by Jeff Lindsay, Murder, She Wrote, Close Up on Murder by Jessica Fletcher, aka Donald Bain, The Heist, The Chase, and The Job, all by Janet Vonovich and Lee Goldberg, Bone to Pick by T.A. Moore, Heatwave, and Naked Heat, both by Richard Castle, When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. And it's kind of dark on the bottom shelf here, so I am going to bring the books up to show them. The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley, Death Echo by Elizabeth Lowell, this is borrowed, Anatomy of Evil by Will Thomas, Ransom River by May Gardner, Deserves to Die by Lisa Jackson, and those two are also borrowed, The Maid by Nita Prose, The Mystery of Mrs. Christie by Marie Benedict, Stormbreaker, Point Blank, Skeleton Key, Eagle Strike, Scorpia, Archangel, Snakehead, Crocodile Tears, Scorpia Rising, and Never Say Die, all by Anthony Horowitz and all part of the Alex Rider series. We Are Pirates by Daniel Handler, Chukaru, Wild Pony of the Pampa by Francis Calnay, My Side of the Mountain by Jean Craighead George, Pacific Vortex, Cyclops, Sahara, and Inca Gold, all by Clive Cussler. So, this shelf is my contemporary / general fiction / romance novels and Make Havoc collection. I do have a little bit of room down the bottom, which is really nice. So this is a really awkward angle, and the bed's like literally right behind me, so if things are shaky for part of this, I am sorry. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, Super Fudge, and Fudgemania, all by Judy Blume, Ramona Quimby, age 8 by Beverly Cleary, There's a Frog in My Sleeping Bag by Susan Clymer, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar plus 6 more by Roald Dahl, Mandy by Julie Andrews Edwards, yes, that Julie Andrews, Joey Pigs Have Swallowed the Key by Jack Gantos, Follow My Leader by James B. Garfield, Jennifer Hecate Macbeth, William McKinley, and Me Elizabeth by E.L. Konigsberg, From the Desk of Zoe Washington by Janae Marks, Christie's Great Idea, Claudia and the Phantom Phone Calls, The Truth About Stacy, Marianne Saves the Day, Christie's Big Day, Logan Likes Marianne, Claudia and the New Girl, Babysitters on Board, and Claudia and the Lighthouse Ghost, all by Anne M. Martin, A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass, The Amazing Days of Abby Hayes, Have Wheels Will Travel by Anne Mazer, One of the Third Grade Bonkers, and The Boys Start the War, The Girls Get Even, both by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor, Almost Starring Skinny Bones by Barbara Park, Holes, and Someday Angeline, both by Louis Sachar. 101 Dalmatians by Dodie Smith. The Egypt Game by Zilpha Keatley Snyder. Baseball in April and Other Stories by Gary Soto. Tomas Takes Charge by Charlene Joy Talbot. With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. The Supervillain in Me by Danielle Bonos. Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delaria. And The Ghost in the Goth by Stacey Cade. The Year of Secret Assignments by Jacqueline Moriarty. Rhymes with Witches by Lauren Miracle. The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennett by Bernie Sue and Kate Rorick. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. How the Garcia Girls Lost Their Accents, and Yo, both by Julia Alvarez. Caramello by Sandra Cisneros. Arranged Marriage Stories by Chitra Banerjee Dirakuruni. Room by Emma Donoghue. Tales of Burning Love by Louise Erdrich. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Tar Baby, and The Bluest Eye, both by Toni Morrison. The 100 Secret Senses, The Joy Luck Club, The Kitchen God's Wife, and Saving Fish from Drowning, all by Amy Tan. The Color Purple by Alice Walker. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. Finding Fraser by Casey Dyer. The Collector, The Witness, Vision in White, Bed of Roses, Savor the Moment, Happy Ever After, Dance Upon the Air, Heaven and Earth, Face the Fire, Reunion in Death, Three Fates, Sacred Sins, and A Forever Kind of Love, all by Nora Roberts. A Princess in Theory, Once Ghosted Twice Shy, A Duke by Default, Can't Escape Love, and Prince on Paper, all by Alyssa Cole. Princess Lessons, Princess in Love, Princess in Waiting, Princess in Pink, Project Princess, The Princess Present, Princess in Training, Party Princess, Princess on the Brink, Princess Mia, Forever Princess, and Royal Wedding. From the Notebooks of a Middle School Princess, Royal Wedding Disaster, Royal Crush, and Royal Crown. When Lightning Strikes, Codename Cassandra, Safe House, Sanctuary, and Missing You, Shadowland, Ninth Key, Reunion, Darkest Hour, Haunted, and Twilight, and Boy Meets Girl, all by Meg Cabot. So, this shelf contains my classics, historical fiction, horror, some animal books, and then I've got two big pockets down the bottom that'll show you that are childhood favorites, oversized books, graphic novels, comic books, and comic strip collections. Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion, all by Jane Austen. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. A Little Princess, and The Secret Garden, both by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. The Canterbury Tales by Chaucer. Two copies of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, because I have a problem. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Silas Marner and Two Short Stories by George Eliot. The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The Odyssey by Homer. Sleepy Hollow and Other Short Stories by Washington Irving. Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. Emily of New Moon. Anne of Green Gables. Anne of Avonlea. Anne of the Island. Anne of Windy Poplars. Anne's House of Dreams. Anne of Ingleside. Rainbow Valley. and Riddle of Ingleside, all by L.M. Montgomery. The Scarlet Pimpernel by Baroness Orsi, Heeey by Joanna Spyri, Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift, The Wrong Box by Robert Louis Stevenson, The Complete Short Stories of Mark Twain, Around the World in 80 Days, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, both by Jules Verne, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm by K. Douglas Wiggin, Farmer Boy by Laura Ingalls Wilder, Sarabon for Two Sisters by Philippa Carr, A Break with Charity by Anne Rinaldi. Oh, and I almost forgot, I said how everything else was organized. Historical fiction is the one difference. It's actually organized by time period of the historical event or events. Outlander, Dragonfly and Amber, and Voyager, all by Diana Gabaldon. Victoria and the Rogue, and Nicola and the Viscount, both by May Cabot. Grace's Letter to Lincoln by Peter and Connie Roop. An Acquaintance with Darkness by Anne Rinaldi. Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. A Time for Silence by Philippa Carr. Runaway Rails by E.A. Catania. My Secret War, the World War II Diary of Madeline Beck by Mary Pope Osborne. And 2 copies of In the Time of the Butterflies by Julia Alvarez, the English copy and the Spanish copy. Shamrock Queen, King of the Wind, Misty of Chincoteague, Stormy Misty's Foal, and Sea Star Orphan of Chincoteague, all by Marguerite Henry. Old Bones the Wonder Horse by Mildred Maston Pace. Camp Saddlebrook by Dale Gaskew. Yes, I was a slight horse girl who was also kind of terrified of horses. Bunnicula by Deborah and James Howe. Holiday Inn. The Celery Stalks at Midnight. Nighty Nightmare. And Bunnicula Strikes Again, all by James Howe. The Haunting of Grade 3 by Grace Macarone. The Haunted Mask. And Night of the Living Dummy 3, both by R.L. Stein. City of Ghosts, Tunnel of Bones, and Bridge of Souls, all by Victoria Schwab. The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Anna Dressed in Blood, and Girl of Nightmares, both by Kendara Blake. How to Hang a Witch by Adriana Mather. House of Salts and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. Ghost Road Blues by Jonathan Mayberry. Beloved by Toni Morrison. I'm sorry, the glare is terrible, guys. The Outsider, The Institute, Billy Summers, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, Firestarter, Dreamcatcher, Bag of Bones, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, The Shining, Dr. Sleep, Misery, sorry again, Mr. Mercedes, Finders Keepers, and End of Watch, all by Stephen King. Hannibal by Thomas Harris. So Mote It Be, Merry Meet, Second Sight, What the Cards Said, In the Dreaming, Ring of Light, Blue Moon, The Five Paths, Through the Veil, Making the Saint, The House of Winter, Written in the Stars, And to Harm None, The Challenge Box, and Initiation, all by Isabel Bird. And it is actually almost impossible to get my camera down low enough to show the bottom pockets, so I'm just going to bring books up here. The Star Wars Story Book, Doctor Who, The Vault, by Marcus Hearn, Greek Myths by Jean Menzies, illustrated by Katie Ponder, Rhett and Link's Book of Mythicality by Rhett McLaughlin and Link Neal, Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, The Page Master by David Kirshner and Ernie Contreras, The Lorax by Dr. Seuss, Wereback by Hudson Talbot, Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson. Snoopy and It Was a Dark and Stormy Night by Charles M. Schulz. Mr. Darcy's Night Before Christmas by Julie Peterson. 2 copies of The Monster at the End of the Book, because my original literally fell apart. And Another Monster at the End of the Book. 2 Brothers by Eugene Schwartz. The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. Lore Olympus Volume 1 by Rachel Smith. I have 2 volumes of this Sandman Compendium by Neil Gaiman. I am not picking the other one up because it's super heavy. Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. American Born Chinese by Jean Lewin Yang. Black Canary Ignite by Meg Cabot and Kara McKee. Ghosts by Raina Teljamir. City of Light, City of Dark by Avi and Brian Floca. The Adventure Zone, Here There Be Gerblins by Clint Griffin, Justin and Travis McElroy and Carrie Peach. Random Zips by Jerry Scott and Jim Borgman. The Essential Calvin and Hobbes. The Indispensable Calvin and Hobbes. And It's a Magical World, all by Bill Watterson. Back to the Future, the Heavy Collection, which is a bunch of stuff I got out of Loot Crate. It has a mini poster collection from DC Comics, Action Comics, which was the first appearance of Superman, The Brave and the Bold, and Justice League of America versus Starro the Conqueror, 4001 AD, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, Star Trek The Next Generation, Mirror Broken Origin of Data, Star Wars Adventures Destroyer Down, My Little Pony comics featuring Fluttershy, and Audrey Hepburn in Elegant Spirit by Sean Hepburn Farrar. So first up, we have I Could Pee on This and Other Poems by Cats by Francesco Marsuliano. I probably butchered that, sorry. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw. The Skin of Our Teeth by Thornton Wilder. William Shakespeare's Get Thee Back to the Future by Ian Dozier. I have 2 copies of A Midsummer Night's Dream. As You Like It. 2 copies of The Tempest. The Merchant of Venice. Titus Andronicus. 2 copies of Hamlet. Richard III. 2 copies of King Lear. And the Sonnets, all by Shakespeare. The Poems of Robert Burns. Good Poems, selected and introduced by Garrison Keillor. From Totems to Hip Hop, a multicultural anthology of poetry across the Americas from 1900 to 2002, edited by Ishmael Reed. The Collected Poems of T.S. Eliot from 1909 to 1935, and The Wasteland, Prufrock, and Other Poems by T.S. Eliot. The Poetry of Robert Frost. Homecoming by Julie Alvarez. Aimless Love, and The Rain in Portugal, both by Billy Collins. The Hermit, Worth a Single Penny by Ian Ramsey Croft. Echoes of the Mind by Barbara Dupree. No Matter the Wreckage. The Type. All Our Wild Wonder. And B, all by Sarah Kay. I'll Fly Away by Rudy Francisco. Clap When You Land. And The Poet X, both by Elizabeth Acevedo. Homework, Memoir of My Hollywood Years by Julie Andrews. I Know Where the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Sisters of the Earth, writings edited by Lorraine Anderson. Zealot, The Life and Times of Jesus of Nazareth by Reza Aslan. Relax is Only a Ghost by Echo Bodine. The Grey Fox, The True Story of Bill Miner, Last of the Old-Time Bandits by Mark Dugan and John Boesnecker. Alexander Hamilton, Revolutionary by Martha Brockenbrough. Karamo, My Story of Embracing Purpose, Healing, and Hope by Karamo Brown. A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. Laughing at My Nightmare. And Strangers Assume My Girlfriend is My Nurse, both by Shane Burkoff. Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. The Sea Hunters and The Sea Hunters 2, both by Clive Cussler and Craig Durgo. A Guidebook to London by DK. Psychogeometrics by Susan Dellinger. Don't Kiss Them Goodbye by Alison Dubois. Cary Grant by Mark Elliott. Mindfulness by Christina Feldman and William Kukian. Wishful Drinking and The Princess Diarist, both by Carrie Fisher. The Complete Writings of Benjamin Franklin. Good Stuff, A Reminiscence of My Father, Cary Grant by Jennifer Grant. Women of the Golden Dawn, Rebels and Priestesses by Mary K. Greer. Mythology by Edith Hamilton. The Narnian, The Life and Times of The Life and Imagination by C.S. Lewis by Alan Jacobs. All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. I Married Adventure, The Lives of Martin and Osa Johnson by Osa Johnson. The Keeler Reader by Garrison Keeler. Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. Ghost Hunting Southern New England by Andrew Lake. The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. Let's Pretend This Never Happened and Furiously Happy, both by Jenny Lawson. Come Tell Me How You Live by Agatha Christie Mallowan. I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. Theodore Rex by Edmund Morris. The Legion of Regrettable Supervillains by John Morris. The Great Northern Express by Howard Frank Mosher. Haunted Island, True Ghost Stories from Martha's Vineyard by Holly Naylor. Ghost Hunting for Beginners by Rich Newman. Dreams from My Father by Barack Obama. Becoming by Michelle Obama. And then same situation, I can't get the camera to get lower, so I'm going to bring the books up here. Common Sense, and The Rights of Man, both by Thomas Paine. The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule. Rise to Rebellion by Jeff Shara. Will by Will Smith. Black Klansman by Ron Stallworth. Maria by Maria von Trapp. The Soul Would Have No Rainbow If the Eyes Had No Tears, and Other Native American Proverbs, gathered by Guy A. Zona. A couple of random books. I've got this Are We There Yet? Travel Games for Kids by Richard Salter, and Life After School Explained, which is like this guide thing that my school presented us at graduation. Truly Devious, The Vanishing Stair, and The Hand on the Wall, all by Maureen Johnson. Small Spaces, Dead Voices, and Dark Waters, all by Catherine Arden. Northern Borders, A Stranger in the Kingdom, On Kingdom Mountain, God's Kingdom, and Disappearances, all by Howard Frank Mosher. Open Season by Archer Mayer. Understood Betsy by Dorothy Canfield Fisher. Water Witches by Chris Bajalian. Green Mountain Ghost Schools and Unsolved Mysteries by Joseph A. Citro. Mischief in the Mountains. Vermont Icons by Jennifer Smith Mayo and Matthew P. Mayo. Off the Leash, Subversive Journeys Around Vermont by Helen Husher. Contrary Country by Ralph Nading Hill. And Successful Calamity by Edmund Fuller. Interesting fact, this guy was friends with this guy. Pretty cool. And lastly is this awkwardly placed
like manga shelf. From Far Away by Hikawa. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And that's a complete series. Then we have Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto by Nami Sano, Volume 1, 2, 3, and Volume 4, and this is also complete. Grand Theft Galaxy by Trisha Riley Hale and Jim Jimenez, Volume 1. This is, I think it was discontinued. Guru Guru Panchan by Satomi Kiyosawa, Volume 1. And Volume 1 of Tramps Like Us by Yayoi Ogawa. Natsume's Book of Friends by Yuki Midorikawa, Volume 1, 2, 3, and Volume 4. Chobits Omnibus by Clamp. This is Omnibus 2. I do have Omnibus 1, but it's been lent out. I Marry My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up by Kodama Naoko. This is a one-shot. And then I have the collector's editions of Fruits Basket by Natsuki Takaya. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, Volume 8, Volume 9, Volume 10, Volume 11, and Volume 12. Okay, then there's this very dusty, oh my god, incredibly dusty next shelf. Don't mind this. This is like paper glue stuff stuck that I can't get off. Anyway, One Piece by Elichiro Oda. I am not going to finish this series because there's like 80 some odd volumes and it's just not going to happen. But I like this, it's basically the prequel to the Avenger, sort of, so yeah. Anyway, this is Volume 1, Romance Dawn, of Buggy the Clown, Don't Get Fooled Again, The Black Cat Pirates, For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Oath, The Crap Geezer, I Won't Die, Tears, Okay Let's Stand Up, The Meanest Man in the East, and The Legend Begins. Then we have Mars Pre-Story, Horse with No Name, by Fuyumi Soryo. And then the Mars series, which is a complete series. So this is Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Wild Ones by Kyu Fujiwara. I actually just ordered a couple of volumes more, but I haven't gotten them yet. but I'm trying to work on completing this series. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. Her Majesty's Dog by Mick Takuchi. This is a complete series. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, Volume 8, Volume 9, Volume 10, and Volume 11. And then finishing this off, we have another complete series by Mick Takuchi, Wise Man Sleeps Volume 1 and Volume 2. Forbidden Dance by Hinako Ashihara, which is a complete series, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. Paradise Kiss by Ai Yazawa, which is a complete series, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, and Volume 5. Then you have The Queen's Knight by Kim Kang-won, which is actually a manhwa rather than a manga. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, and Volume 5. Orange Complete Collection Omnibus 1 and Omnibus 2, and these are by Ichigo Takano. Pet Shop of Horrors by Masuri Akino. This is another complete series. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7. This one was wrapped in plastic when I bought it. Volume 8. This one was also wrapped in plastic. Parental advisory. Volume 9. And Volume 10. Only have a couple volumes of the Offshoot series, Tokyo Pet Shop of Horrors. So this is Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Then we have After School Charisma by Kumiko Sukani. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, yes that is Hitler, and I know, it's a fucked up series about clones. Volume 6, Volume 7, Volume 8, and Volume 9. Lastly is Shutterbox by Ricky Simons and Tavisha. So this is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. This is a really cool series, but unfortunately there's one more volume, but it was never made like an actual physical copy. It's only online, and I've never read it up to this point because I was so disappointed. But yeah, technically I guess the series is complete, but it's also not at the same time. So that is it, guys. That is my, jeez, my face is so up close. Ugh, God. So that's it, guys. That is all of my shelves. This took a lot of time and a lot of battery to do. God, this is gonna be a while to edit. So I'm hoping to have this up. It's not gonna be this month. We're in February right now. It's, I don't know, I'm guessing we're gonna be looking at March, most likely, for time. I'm also pretty sure I'm missing books, so probably going to find the books and then go over it as well. That's basically the tour. If you are like me and you like seeing everybody's book, you're gonna be thrilled. If that is something you hate, I am so sorry.
that was a while. But I did try at the beginning of each bookshelf to just tell you what's on the bookshelf as far as the genre goes, so if there was anything you didn't like, you could skip it, I guess. I will try to figure out how to edit in those like time tabs, but as you all probably know, because I've said it many a time before, I am really technologically challenged. So if you know, I will try to do it, but if I can't figure it out, I apologize. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching this tour. I am probably not going to do another one until like next year or the year after even, but yeah, this is a complete everything as far as it stands right now. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all are having a wonderful week, month, whatever. Bye.